Hello YouTube, our fine day, and today we are going to have a look at Koth, Fire of Resistance in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by controlling the opponent's board with a bunch of burn spells and board wipes, and then taking the game over with our planeswalkers. So our commander, Koth, Fire of Resistance, is a 4-mana red planeswalker that comes in with 4 loyalty and has the +2 ability of grabbing a basic mountain from the deck. -3 deals damage to a target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. And -7, get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control. This emblem deals 4 damage to any target. So, Koth is a fast ulting planeswalker, so he comes down +2, now he's already at 6 loyalty, next turn +2, and then -7, and you have a pretty strong ultimate. And if you have a Karn's Bastion or a Staff of Completion, you even have access to Proliferation, so that makes it you can play Rock on turn 2, play a turn 3 Koth, and turn 4 Proliferated Ultimate, and then you are taking over the game at that point. This deck has quite polarizing matchups. The reason being, we have a bunch of burn spells, like we're in moderate control, we don't really have a lot of tools, right? So, a bunch of burn spells to play against creatures, a bunch of planeswalkers, and then not much in between. The way we turn, like Koth is essentially +2 draw a card, right? But a hand of only mountains is not really great, so we're taking all the card advantage we can get, like basically any 2-for-1, like March of Reckless Joy, being able to get a few cards in the late game. Mishra's Research Desk, and then we run cards like Seasoned Pyromancer that allow us to discard our mountains and swap them for other cards, because you will see that in a lot of games we can just end up with a ton of mountains in our hand. We still run 41 mountains, 1 Karn's Bastion, because this is just so good to have in your opening hand, and then a Shadow Skull Smashing, topping out at effectively 43 lands. Like that can be quite high given, like, if we have a Koth in play, but if Koth isn't in play, then we really need that land count. Yeah, so basically the queue Koth is in, you're going to match against Atraxa, which is a bad matchup. You're going to play against First Sliver, which can be a bad match. If it's combo or Ultimatum Sliver, it's a really bad matchup. If it's Sliver Tribal, it is a good matchup, right? If you play against Elves, that's a good matchup. There is no real in between. Very, very polarizing matchups. And yeah, I think that's just the nature of how the deck is constructed, really. Yeah, apart from that, I don't think there is too much to say here. There is no like super insane sweet tech or anything. Although, no, there is one card, and that is All Will Be One. So this is an enchantment. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, All Will Be One deals that much damage to target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or planeswalker opponent controls, and that counts loyalty counters. So if you have an All Will Be One in play, right, and a Koth, you +2 the Koth, you deal 2 damage to something the opponent controls. You play a, I don't know, Chandra, Awake Inferno, deal 6 to something immediately because this enters with 6 counters, right? +2, deal 2 to something again. And that is like really, like, that All Will Be One can really take over the game and just shoot everything down. Yeah, that is the deck. Also, just quick side note, I have a new webcam. I have like recropped the webcam image, and like let me know in the comments what you think about the new setup, like specifically where the webcam is placed during the game, during deck tags and whatever. Feedback is appreciated. If you want to support this channel, consider subscribing, liking the video, and joining the Discord is a great way to get in contact with me, my community. Yeah, really cool stuff. Anyways, enjoy the games, and let's do this. We are ready to play against Nikia of the old ways. Opponent goes first. That is already not what we want to see. So, Nikia is a bit troublesome. It is a creature matchup. We're kind of looking for ramp. I've mulled quite deep with this deck quite often actually, and then just pull ahead in card advantage with Koth plus ability. I'm not sure if we can get rid of this. So Nikia is a weird one where this is a creature matchup, which is good, but the creatures they play are so massive that it is pretty problematic, honestly. Elvish Rejuvenator. Oh my god, that is such a huge problem. We could just discard a mountain, but then if we do that, that can be annoying. I think we can't afford to get rid of the Tundra Fumarole. But like it's so cool, like we can just effectively cast this for free and then follow up with a Karn or a Karn Silex activation. I think we need to keep the Cathartic Pyre because if they play Nikia, we need to be prepared for that. Let's get greedy. Okay, kind of paid off. So the reason we need to keep the Tundra Fumarole is because if they play Nikia, we need to be able to like shoot it down immediately. Interesting spots. So we can play Karn Silex or a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I think a Fable of the Mirror Breaker for mana is more important. And then that's... We can... Oh my god, that's... No, Unholy Heat is nerfed in this format. It's only dealing 4 damage. Otherwise I would say, okay, we can discard Planeswalker Artifact and then we can shoot Nikia down, but... The Delirium Unholy Heat only deals 4 damage here instead of 6, which is extremely relevant. Okay. Let's see. Do we attack? I think we do. I don't think we have time for this Guardian Idol, and if we don't play it this turn, we will never play it, really. And then... I kind of like the Karn or the Karn Silex in combination with the Tundra Fumarole. This Unholy Heat is basically immediately active. Well, we need to get rid of a sorcery. So that works if we just Tundra Fumarole, Karn, Unholy Heat. Yeah, we can do that in one turn. That is pretty good. We can also just discard one. But I think, given our curve, we just get rid of the Cathartic Pyre at that point. Although, I think a mountain... Yeah, no, a mountain would have probably just been the better discard. Purely because now we just uptick each turn and have mountain for days. They block. Okay, that is great for us, actually. That is great for us. Yeah, no, given that we just plus each turn with Koth, we should have kept this Cathartic Pyre and bin the land instead, where this Cathartic Pyre can discard 2 mountains later on, then draws more cards. Okay, they're reading Koth. So if they play Nikia, they have 4 additional mana. Yeah, they can play 5-drop. They can play land, Nikia 5-drop. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, no. They do this. Is this destroy or exile? It's exile target enchantment. That's unfortunate. That is truly unfortunate. I think we want to win this game by ultimating Koth. Oh, that's great, actually. So we can start by Tundra Fumarole. And we have a sorcery for Unholy Heat, but that's not even necessary. You can go Tundra Fumarole, Strangle, right? Yep, that adds 3 colors. We definitely want to plus Koth also. We plus before we play our lands, so they don't know we have... No, they already know one of the lands, right? Yeah. Okay. Strangle. Karn. Do we minus or do we plus? Given that we have this one treasure on the field and a Silex in hand, we can actually grow these constructs to a decent size here. So I kind of like it. Oh, we should have definitely attacked with the Goblin Shaman yeah, definitely. To create another treasure, grow the constructs. Yep, that was a misplay here for sure. So they didn't have a land last turn, which is great. Oh, did they? Oh, maybe I missed it. No, they were on the play, right? Not on the draw? I don't even know what's real anymore. Anyways, they're thinking, and that is good for us. If they have a questing beast, that we can actually kill that at instant speed. Oh, Primordial Sage. Okay, sure. Yeah, that draws cards. Anything that draws them cards, we want to get rid of. So, ultimate. Shoot. Shoot. Make a construct. Play a Silex. And then we swing in. Yeah, we just start swinging in. Kind of like fine if they have a removal spell, like a Reclamation Sage to destroy an artifact. Like they destroy this and then they can kill one of the Planeswalkers, most likely Karn, Scion of Urza. Because if they kill Koth, that is our commander and we can just replay that. But given the fact that... Oh, haste. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's a Toski with haste. Okay, that can be quite scary. Yeah. Also, I with the new camera placement on the, like, it's a bit higher up on the left side here, and I think you guys should be able to read the card text of these cards now when I right-click them. Yeah, they're deciding what Planeswalker they want to kill, and they decide to kill Karn, which is entirely reasonable. I mean, okay, Toski has to attack, right? But we have two threatening creatures here. We can just shoot the Battle Driver down. Get a mountain out of the deck. Grow the constructs again. They should have been 8/8s at this point, not 7/7s. Oh well. Yeah, they would have been a 2 if that was the case, but 4 and 2 is actually not that much of a difference here unless they gain life, where we can just play mountain and then shoot them down. Pretty great. Also, I'm feeling very, very comfortable here with this Karn Silex, because if they just, for some reason, make a huge board and gain some life, for example, with a Gilded Goose that makes a food token, and the food token can be consumed to gain 3 life, we can just wipe the board, play mountain, and then they can't kill us the next turn. We can just play another mountain. So yeah, they're very much dead, I think. At least from what I can tell. So let's see what they have up their sleeve. They already used their combat. Okay, triple mana and a Nylea active. Oh, that's scary with haste. Yeah, an additional combat step. But that doesn't help them. Shoot them for 4. GG. Yeah, that's a pretty neat deck. We are ready to play against Satsuki, the Living Lore, and I have actually never played against Satsuki before. Well, except when Kamigawa was released and Satsuki was first printed. But this is essentially a Saga tribal commander. We are first, so we can grab something more proactive. Storm's Wrath is a bit awkward, where this hits our Planeswalker. I think if we want to have removal and interaction, it should be 3 damage, so we can kill the commander. So let's move. I kind of like this. I kind of like this. We can draw cards, we can ramp a bit. That's good. Okay, that thing. Now I want to shock. This thing grows huge very, very quickly in an enchantment deck. So yeah, kind of need to get rid of that. Although I am tempted to do a play. I am very tempted. Let's do it. Okay. We effectively Stone Rain them. So Chaos Warp, they shuffle a permanent back into their deck, right? And then reveal the top end. If it's a permanent, they put it into play, and they found another land. But if they just found a non-permanent, that would have been absolutely devastating, because then they just don't put anything into play, and we would set them back 2 lands. Okay. First I ruin games. So here I believe it is correct to play Koth and kill the human soldier token, where now they don't put 3 counters on the creature, and then they have a hard time actually having a 4-power creature in play to draw 2 cards for the first I ruin games. Okay, yeah, and that is actually the case, that they don't have a 4-power creature next turn. Let's plus Koth.
Never forget the home we lost.
So now the two problematic things. One, this Poseidon flipping to the front side into a backside huge creature, and then this enchantment also making a huge creature. I believe we want to Fable and so flipping this treasure map might just be too slow. We have a bunch of discard draw effects, so why don't we just play Fable and activate a Reckoner Bankbuster? And then we draw a bunch of cards, discard every mountain we can get, because we just get so many mountains with Koth. Okay, that's a Destiny Spinner, sure. Teachings of the Kirin, as expected. Tons and tons of sagas. All the sagas, to be precise. We are searching for a board wipe in the spot. Okay, that's pretty cool. What are we not going to play? We're not going to play this treasure map. It is too slow. Okay, let's swing in, shall we? Treasure token, Destiny Spinner, sure. Put a log counter on each saga to when it dies, choose up to 1. Return saga or from graveyard to hand or enchantment creature you control or man. So basically returning sagas. We could just minus Koth, kill Satsuki. They return that to hand. The issue I have here is the fact that they can just enchant. Like, if we leave behind this 1/1 spirit, that is actually a big issue, where they can just enchant it. Like, we could minus kill Suzuki, kill Destiny Spinner, but then they have a creature, they put the Catilda on it, and then it's a huge creature. So we kind of want to kill the creature they enchant in response. So I think we have to main phase. Still not sure if we want to minus or plus. I think we want to plus either way. So let's do that first, and then we want to use a Ceaseless Ball. It's discarding the mountain. Okay, that's a Chandra Awakened Inferno. And that's a pretty cool card. But that doesn't actually help us kill a creature here. So why don't we get a board wipe? Okay. Well through. Oh, well, I should have played this Arcane Signet first. Let's see. Do we want to kill this? Let's kill it now. And then if they actually kill the Koth, next turn we can Koth at minus to get rid of the enchantment, because that shouldn't be too big right now. And then this Boseiju is also flipping. Oh, this is just rough. This is rough. Yeah, I would have loved to have maybe an additional treasure here and not use the Strangle. If this was a bolt, I was just 100% holding the bolt. Right. Oh, they're rebuying that. I see. Like putting it back to hand. Okay. So that kills the Koth. Sure. And now we kind of want to top deck a mountain to kill the Boseiju. That doesn't happen. This is fine. This is fine. Instead of killing the Boseiju, we can just minus here. Yeah, maybe we bind mountains too aggressively. Yeah, we also didn't really have the time for the Skyclave relic. And now this Boseiju is the next challenge. Like, this is an exile now. That's great. But branch of Boseiju. Do we just get, like, do we just let that happen? I kind of really want the card advantage next turn. So let's see. I assume they play the first Iron games here. Okay, yeah, that's good. That can just exile a creature, so good that we jumped there. Oh god. Sigil of the Empty Throne. That is a huge threat. Yeah, this is not a good day for enchantment deck. The enchantment deck. Let's kill some things. I think we can't afford to do damage to this. So it's either teaching, yeah, we need to get rid of this land. And then it's a bit awkward. Our mana is currently here. Let's just get rid of, like, let's just play the Guardian Idol in order to have a potential body later on. So this Sigil of the Empty Throne will create a lot of 4/4s. Good thing here is that we have a bunch of Planeswalkers actually, and all will be one will help us here. Curse of Silence, naming Koth, I assume. That is trouble. That is actually so much trouble, because now we can't go Chandra plus drop Koth. Yeah, that is an issue, because the plan here was next turn Chandra. Koth shoots some damage. Rough. Yeah, the one land drop we missed because we were greedy and didn't play the relic is like, that was like huge this game. Oh, we couldn't do that plan anyways, right? So I think what we have to do here, kill the Boseiju, right? Then kill, and then I think we can minus. Do we minus or plus? I think we minus for a decent creature, and then they are forced to use the Calyx and kill the token. what we're really looking for now is a board wipe, right? Yeah, and this is whenever any creature enters. Swords and Plowshares, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, Storm's Wrath is the big one. Dealing 4 to everything. Oh, they can just get rid of that. Oh, okay, that's an issue. And our one way to deal with enchantments is Chaos Warp, because we're mono red. I don't think this is a good matchup for us. Looking at their deck, thinking what we have in our deck. But oh well, it is cool nonetheless. If we had kept a different hand, I mean, this is going to be the thing in Historic Brawl quite a lot of the time, where if you know the opponent's deck, you're going to play vastly different, because there is a lot of variance here. Oh, I forgot to draw. But we're toast anyways. I don't think there was anything we could have drawn. GG. But coming back on topic here. So there is always going to be a lot of variance, and then there's, I mean, we have like over 750 different commanders, right? But I don't really have that much experience playing against Satsuki, and then like having seen their deck, there is nothing outrageous here. Like all of this is pretty standard, but I also don't know how we could have prevented any of this. Like, the way we play around Sigil of the Empty Throne with this deck, for example, is either have Chaos Warp in hand, and then even if we have the Chaos Warp in hand, I don't think there is going to be much reason to play around it, because it's only a one-off in their deck, right? They could have like 1 or 2 tutors for it. But point being, this is a singleton format. You can't play around every card. So you have to play two outs, like play with the percentages, and then if the percentages don't line up, yeah, next game. Anyways, that was a cool one. We are ready to play against Atraxa Grand Unifier. And opponent goes first, so we're already ticking all the wrong boxes. We kind of need to be fast, we need to ult quickly. If we can't do that, like, they will outvalue us very, very easily. So, like, Fires of Resistance is here against Counterspell deck specifically. Atraxa is not like that heavy on counter magic. We just mull this, hope for a fast start. This is still not a fast start, not an impactful hand. Let's spin this. A lot of removal here that is not useful. Let's mull to 5. I think we are kind of keeping this on 5. Let's just... I'm not even sure if you want to keep a Molten Impact. Yeah, let's just keep it like this. Like, we really have to mull deep in this matchup to just maybe hit a 4-mana rock. We have 4 of those in the deck. Play Koth on turn 3 and ultimate fast, or just get Artifact Hate. We got neither. And I mean, that's how it is. I believe we are going to scry here in the end step and in the upkeep in order to find something that immediately impacts the board. Yep, they ramp even harder. And we really just want to ultimate Koth before Atraxa comes down, because if Atraxa comes down, we're not going to have much of a chance if we can't immediately remove the body and still ult Koth. So yeah, that's an issue. Searching for Artifact Hate here. Okay, that's perfect. Because taking them off mana is effectively the same speed-wise as ramping us. Yeah, let's destroy this mana rock. And I believe we're still 1 turn too slow. And that is entirely due to the fact that we were on the draw here. Okay, Fable Elder. Not the usual version. And now it's totally awkward, right? Where if we Koth and minus, now suddenly we are super far off the Koth ultimate. But if we don't remove this Fable right now, the Atraxa will come down. And if they have a wash away here, wow, unfortunate, we're completely toast. And I believe we are completely toast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am completely baffled. Opponent, you could have just dropped your big game-winning thing. That's something. Do they drop a 4-drop? Must be. No, they don't. I would like to big score and find a land, but also you would need to untap with the Silex, although, like, we really need to hit land drops here. Okay. And we just... I believe we do this in their upkeep in case they have counter magic. So let's kill the Fable now, because this just taps for a gajillion mana with Atraxa in play, 4 to be exact. But now they just play Atraxa, and I don't think there is much we can do here. Oh, what is this? ECD, okay, that is fine. White Sun's Twilight. Not a lot of impactful cards, I must say, but the really impactful card is already on board, so what can we do here? And then we play the Silex to wipe the board next turn, but at that point, Elspeth's Conqueror's Death already got rid of the Silex, and I don't think there is much we can do at this point. Night of Autumn. That is, I assume, hits the Reckoner Bankbuster. Let's cash in these 2 treasures to draw. Then Binding of the Old Gods to hit the Silex. Yep, and then they have Heroic Intervention up. I don't think we can win this game anymore. GG. We are ready to play against Atraxa Grand Unifier. We go first. Same principle applies, we really need a rock to be fast enough in these kinds of matchups. Yeah, this is also not impactful enough. Like, we mainly need a rock because every other play is just either too slow or not good enough. Chaos Warp though I can see, like as a hopefully Stone Rain to like put back their mana rocks. But I mean, I just want a mana rock myself. Okay, we keep this on 5. Don't need this, and I don't think we need Karn or Sarkhan. Karn or Sarkhan? Karn, Sarkhan, Karn, Sarkhan. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea. So, logically, Karn is card advantage. Sarkhan is card advantage, but we need to have a lot of mana to turn that. I don't think we're a bit too far off here, and the -3 ability of Sarkhan is not too relevant given that we have a turn 3 Chaos Swap in their end step. Land. Don't play ramp on turn 2, please. I would be thrilled. Okay, perfect. That's not ramp on turn 2. We're going to save Chaos Swap here. And then Chaos Swap a land. A white or a black one? Let's get rid of a white one. And then, I mean, if they put something really big and stupid into play, that would be not optimal. Okay. Chaos Swap, don't fail me. Oh! Ah, no, okay, that's a Forsaken Crossroads. That they have to decide how they want to put that into play. Was about to say, hey, that's great. It actually fixes their mana. That's an issue. Anyways, Koth, off you go. A Karn's Bastion or a Staff of Completion would be the single best draws in our deck. where we can just ult Koth next turn, but if they now binding of the old gods here, that is an issue. But this is what I'm saying with being on the play and being fast enough. Like, this year, like, they play Key through the Archive, right? And then they can drop a Trax the next turn, but by that point, we already have the ultimate. So the question becomes, how do we don't want to do this? Brother's End is actually a good draw. Actually a good draw, because we can Brotherhood's End, land drop, kill a Traxer. I think we... Can we put enough artifacts into play where Brotherhood's End doesn't kill it? I mean, if we just minus twice, then we kill the Karn with it. Let's just Karn and start plussing. And then maybe we find something that we can... that we want to grab. Oh, Soulseer is great. Yeah, Soulseer is actually great. Because, like, they play a Traxa, maybe, hopefully, potentially. Oh no, Mulch. That is even better. Although I'm kind of scared what comes after that. Just anything but removal for a Koth, please. And then next turn we can just minus grab Soulseer, right? And that is pretty good. Compulsive Research. Oh, they missed a land drop. That's what happens. Yo. Maybe play land instead of Mulch. I'm personally not a fan of Mulch. Even in Azusa, where it's 2 lands on average, it's not too great. And Azusa plays 50 lands. Anyways, no Tail's End. Stifle. Okay. Should have specified. Should have specified. I think we just plus again. Reveal. Okay, let's play with fire or mountain. Honestly, we would rather have to play with fire, because the play with fire with the Soulseer in combination can actually kill a Traxa. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, it's just so brutal, right? Okay, we just dump all our mana into play Maze Mind Tome, start drawing cards. But not too great right now. Not too great. The thing is, we couldn't have played around this, where they play land next turn and then they have 8 mana. They can play a Traxa and still hold up the Stifle. So, yeah, there was no way for us to play around that. I assume they exiled the Karn. Anything else would be shocking. Yeah. This reanimates Thassa or Uru in the future. I think we need to scry and find some action. Like something right now. That is not something right now. Something right now? That is not something right now. You're not something right now either. Anyways, Koth. Plus. Draw discard. Yeah. Let's play Research Desk. Activate. And that is an Ugin. Sure, I take that. And then we can... We need to keep in mind here that next turn Ugin is going to cost 8. So if we grab anything off of this Research Desk, it has to be a land, basically, because we can't really play anything else. With that in mind, do we even want to play the Research Desk? I don't think so, because we kind of really want to play this Ugin. And then the problem just becomes, yeah, like even this Ugin is hard to play, because next turn if they play a Traxa, we kind of want to just minus with Koth and then replay and plus, and then he's at 6, but 6 and 7 is not a huge difference. Okay, they are grabbing a Cityscape Leveler and a Pact of Negation to it from that, and those two alone are basically GG. Yeah, I don't think we can beat that. yeah, they just... Like, we have to kind of kill Atraxa, but if they kill Atraxa, comes back with Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Yeah, I don't think we can beat that. The Stifle got us. With the Emblem, we would have had a chance, maybe, possibly, and burn them out. But not like this. GG. We are ready to play against a Eula, Queen Among Bears. And I think this is a good matchup. But I think we can just have a better hand. Yeah, this seems fine. Abundant Harvest, sure. And then next, in their end step, we're going to Thrill of Possibility, a land away. If they play Eula, we just kill it with Tundra Fumarole. And then, oh, maybe with Brotherhood's End. Yeah, let's just kill it with Brotherhood's End. I think they're going to have more big bears than small ones. And like an emblem in this case is, like in this game, would immediately end the game basically. But we're just in a really great spot. Like with a Chandra, like we can all definitely win this game without an emblem. We want to draw anything that we can cast really next turn. Okay, that is not threatening at all. Okay, get a mountain. I think we remove the Eula immediately. Then we have 3 colorless mana, and we can just research desk, use desk. Activate. And then if we get a mountain from this, we don't need Memphis Enthusiasm, I believe. So let's just get mountain off of this and activate desk again. And I think we have so many mountains. I'm just going to take this idol. No, oh wait, this doesn't go to hand, it goes to exile. No, we should have definitely took the mountain, because we're just going to drop a Chandra Awakened for the next turn. Well. Yeah, should have took the mountain. We just minus the Spirit of the Elder Guard, I believe. Yeah, they concede. So next turn the play would have been minus Koth, and then leave flags in a Druid play and just play Chandra plus and just plus each turn. Yeah, GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And Koth Fire of Resistance is pretty fun. Big Red is, you know, lacking support, if you can say that. Like, it's not an archetype that is typically too supported anyways. And in Constructed, the archetype needs like 1 or 2 cards, but in Singleton 100 cards, it is rough. Let me tell you, it is rough, right? We have a bunch of commanders that we can play for the big red archetype. Koth is a cool one because he provides something that you don't really have in mono red, and that is actual card advantage that stays in your hand. Like you have Chandra Heart of Fire, but you need to discard your hand and then you only have the cards temporarily, right? Tibalt, you need to immediately play the card, otherwise you don't gain card advantage. Chandra Awakening for no card advantage. And then Chandra Torch of Defiance, only temporary card advantage. And then Sarkhan Wander to Shiv, actual card advantage as well. So like, you don't really have a lot of options here. I think the best way might be just Chandra Awakened Inferno or Torch of Defiance, because they're mostly better planeswalkers than Koth. But either way, you're going to run, like currently, especially currently, where Atraxa just got printed and everybody wants to try out the new cool Atraxa, and that is just not a good matchup for you, right? Like the meta is really against this deck right now. So maybe when the track says less played, you want to whip out the good old Koth again. But for now, I don't think it is a deck that I can recommend in this specific meta. But if you want to play against friends and your friends play a lot of creature decks and you want you want them to hate you, then Koth Fire of Resistance is the perfect deck for that. If you want to play this deck on a budget, it's kind of rough. The main reason it is so rough is I have all the cards, right? And I already struggled to make this deck to 100 cards. So I don't see how, if you have only like 15-20% of these rares and mythics, what are you going to put in? I have no clue. Like, usually I'm saying, okay, you can cut these, and then people come into my Discord, hey, what can I cut for this? And then I just tell them replacements. I have no idea for this deck. I have absolutely no clue. And that is the main issue of this deck. It's not so much you need every single piece that's here, because it's so important to the strategy. More of, you need every single piece that's here because there is just nothing else. Like, absolutely nothing, right? Like, okay, Karn's Bastion, you can replace that with a mountain, although it is pretty cool. Staff of Completion, you can replace it with another rock. These two rocks, you can replace the rocks, right? But you really, I think if you want to start crafting towards this deck, which I don't know why you would, but let's hypothetically assume that you want to craft this deck, right? I think you want to start with your top end, like all will be, like first the planeswalkers, then the all will be ones, because that is only useful if you have a bunch of planeswalkers. Then the board, then the board wipes. I'm not sure which order. Maybe just alternate between planeswalkers and board wipes, right? Those are the main two reasons you run rares and mythics, and then some card advantage like Maze Mind Tome, Reckoner, Bankbuster. Treasure Map is not super good, right? And March of Reckless Joy is usually decent, but it is not that great in this deck either. So you're more looking towards these other options. Also, the discard draw effects are really good, as you've seen, to just turn your mountains into actual cards for the most parts. Seasoned Pyromancer, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, those are pretty good cards. Bone Crusher Giant is, just a good card if you want to play mono red aggro. That's also just a great card to put into there. So you have a decent option of crafts, and then Tundra Fumarole is really only good in big red decks. But if you want to play big red, it is pretty good, because in an optimal world this costs 0 mana, and 0 mana is not a lot. So yeah, that is the deck. It is definitely fun. I've had a pretty good win rate with this deck until I recorded this video. I mean, we went 2 and 3, but I mean, sometimes it happens. Anyways, have fun, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.